So I had a meeting with a potential client last week, and there's two things that stuck out to me during this conversation. The first was I was one of 15 people that he was talking to or had talked to. So if that number is accurate, competition is fierce. There's a lot of people out in the no-code software development startup space. The second thing that stuck out was I believe I talked to him on a Monday or Tuesday, and he had just come up with this idea the prior Thursday. Now, as the conversation went on, and I was asking more questions and digging deeper into the requirements that he was looking for us to possibly build for him, more and more features just kind of came out of the blue. In fact, it almost seemed like he was creating features on the fly. I don't think this is an unnormal circumstance. I think it happens all the time, and actually it's probably part of the creative process. The creative process, you can't have any boundaries. You have to be able to kind of let your imagination go and create things. But at a certain point, and before you spend a dime, you've got to be able to take all of those ideas, all those features, and write them down and filter them down. And the suggestion I gave him went back to my high school days. And I might be dating myself by saying this because I don't know if they do this anymore in high school. But when I was in high school, my sophomore, junior year, and we started looking at colleges, they had you filter your colleges into three different columns. One was your definites that you can get into. One was, the middle one was, might be challenging, but achievable. And then you had your long shots in another column. And so when it comes to feature building, once you've got your ideas all laid out and you've started to write them down, you need to start filtering them into three different categories. The first column is your absolute must-haves, the things that you're going to need in order to make the app work, and the thing that is going to separate it from everything else and really test your market. The second would be nice to haves. Can we get them done for within budget? And then the third column is probably long shots or phase 2 or 3 type of features. But if you do that exercise, if you kind of have both worlds, the first is during the creative process, don't set any boundaries on yourself. But at a certain point, you need to start filtering things down and separate them into those three columns. And then you'll be able to present these features for your app to an agency or an independent contractor and have a much more pointed conversation. And it will give them the ability to really give you a more accurate estimate and something that is achievable within budget, and you can go to market and test your MVP.